Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Sita. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Thank you. All right. You have you have received the emails I sent?
Yes, I'm looking at the attachments now. I see the extensions. Okay. And I see the console screenshots and the activity monitor screenshot and then the share menu extensions. Okay, and then sharing and then I see so that was a vulnerability reported by a researcher. You have since, I'm assuming, I don't know if I caught that on your email, but you have updated all your devices since then, correct?
Well, okay. So let's pause for a minute,
Okay.
and I'm gonna backtrack for a little bit. Based on what
Okay.
based on what I've sent to engineering, based on what I sent to you, and all the other things, including sharing the Bluetooth showing as an active process and activity monitor when I turn
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth off, says etc. etc. Did I have a problem?
Yes.
Thank you. So I had a security issue.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't saying. No. Sorry. No, sorry. Say that again.
Okay. Based on all the information I sent to Apple, right, including where it says I have an external user and the primary user on my Mac is actually something called private. Okay, I sent so many screenshots. Are you able to
Right.
say that did I have a problem? Did I have a security issue?
That I don't know. That's going to be something in the results. If that's something that's discovered by engineering or something that they can relate to me, they have not updated us yet to indicate that there is any such issue. Again, they're aware of the screen time issue and the related issues,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have any updates from them at the moment.
Oh,
And certainly in the context of this now, I know there is a reported vulnerability, and Apple has notified users of this, but that doesn't mean that it was actively exploited. Like there's a difference between us notifying users of a vulnerability and warning them, and by issuing updates, and that's the whole purpose of updates to begin with. And there have been. This isn't the only thing or the only operating system, nor are we the only vendor that reports such things. So again, this is not to indicate that your computer was actively exploited in such a manner using this vulnerability that was reported, but this was just put out by Apple as a warning, and they recommended to update immediately. So I don't know, based on the screenshots you provided and in the context of the recent reported vulnerability, if those have any sort of relation, I guess. Is that kind of answering your question? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't know that. And engineering, I don't even know how they would actively look at that or relate that to the reported vulnerability. So again, this goes back to their investigation of the screen time issue and possibly the related issues that you pointed out here. But I don't have any word from them yet as far as whether they've fixed this screen time issue or whether they've identified any malicious activity surrounding the incorrect information in screen time and also the items you pointed out to us.
okay. They sent out a patch. Yes.
Right. So this is a patch, right? So that reported vulnerability and the subsequent update is to patch that vulnerability.
Okay.
So that I would strongly recommend you do. I'm sure you've done it already or considered doing it, but if not, I would do that immediately if you can. But again, I can't confirm whether there's a difference between the vulnerability being reported versus like whether it was actively exploited by a malicious actor. And the second part, I can't confirm that. Like I don't have anything to base that on. So.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so they sent out a patch, and everyone's saying download the patch. What is the patch? What specifically is the patch supposed to fix that we can see on our computers? What should we not see anymore after we download the patch?
Mm-hmm. So that's a great question. Now it is mentioned in the. Let me see if I can pull this up here. There is, I think it's under a certain CVE number. So this is like common vulnerabilities and exposures, but I don't know how to answer the rest of your question because I'm only an Apple advisor, so I'm not a qualified like security researcher or a digital forensics expert or anything, so I can't do a deep dive into this with you. Mm-hmm. But these are great questions. I do appreciate you asking them. But let me see, to get us started on a path to finding out more about this, let me see if I can pull up the change log, and then let me see what the CVE number is.
Okay.
Okay, so recent updates, looking at August 17th and August 18th for Safari. So August 17th for Monterey. Okay, so there are two significant patches. So one is a kernel patch, and then the other one is a patch to WebKit. Let me see, WebKit.0. Okay, CVE. Let me see if I can look at this. I'm on a work computer, so I might not be able to see CVE numbers. Let me try though. Okay, let me see if it'll let me look at this. No, it does not let me look at this. Okay, I can't look at the CVE numbers, but let me share this with you. This is on our resource, but it's going to require, and to be honest, it is out of scope for me because, again, I'm not like a researcher or a computer engineer, so I don't know. I don't know what to make. Even if you looked up the CVE number, I don't know how to identify that on the computer. But let me share this with you. I'm going to send this to you as an email. I'll just put in the body of the email the macOS Monterey. Okay, so I'll call this details right now. Okay, so let me see what Safari. Safari had a later patch on August 18th. See if that's the same CVE number. Oh, it's the same CVE number. So WebKit. Okay. Available for macOS and. Okay, I'll include the Safari related one as well.
So you're going to send me the links via email?
Yeah, I just sent you the email. The email is to our support article that goes over the changes, not the change, well, just what was updated. And it notes those particular vulnerabilities. So the vulnerabilities to do with WebKit, and then the other one is a kernel patch, I believe. Let me see. But I can't look at the CVE numbers. If you look at I also put the text of that document in the email. So you'll notice that the one related for WebKit has a CVE number ending in 893, and then the other noted vulnerability has a CVE number ending in 894. That's for the kernel patch. So those, you can look up those numbers, and they should be publicly available, and there should be a description of what the vulnerability is. But how in a practical sense, like how we would relate that information to your computer, I do not know. Like, I don't know how to do that. That's something that someone who is a researcher or a digital forensics expert can do. But I am neither of those, so I don't know how to help you further with that. But hopefully this kind of helps as far as like information related to this vulnerability. This provides that needed information. So.
All right. A basic question: is that patch supposed to fix screen time?
That's a good question. It doesn't specifically state that in the update notes. Now, the update notes, they're not always complete. Sometimes they mention like the major important things, like the security vulnerability, but there might be like minor tweaks elsewhere.
Okay.
For this particular screen time issue, I don't think this has been included in this update, because usually, if that's the case, engineering usually sends out an email and says like, hey, this issue that you reported a while back, we've now fixed it, it now should be fixed in this update. So they do inform us when they're able to get to a resolution, and it's actually, you know, in the update. They'll tell us, they'll recommend like, hey, you know, have your customer like update to this version and let us know if this worked. But I have received no update as of yet in regards to that. So I don't know from the notes, because the notes don't say that in the notes, the update notes that I sent you. But also, I don't necessarily think that it is yet resolved, because I have yet to receive a response from engineering.
All right. Thank you for that, because that's an important question for me to answer, for them to answer, because when they asked me to look and document how I use my computer, they acknowledge that screen time, that they are aware that screen time is a problem, right?
Yes.
Okay, but they, at no time are they saying that screen time has been fixed, right?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
I still only have the last email that they sent us, which was, let's see. Oh, this was a few days ago. Oh no, this is not a few days. This is August 10th. Let's see. Yeah. The results of this investigation may come in the form of an update, an article, or some combination of the two. We should encourage that you keep the device up to date, and if symptoms change, we will let you know, or if we discover a workaround. So this is from their last email. Right now, it's still something they're working on, and since then, they haven't updated us in regards to any patches or updates or workarounds that they have for this particular issue.
All right. So let's screen share. I'm going to connect to the internet in a moment. I do ARA, so let's do that. I want to show you what's happening on the Mac, okay?
Okay. Let me know when you need the session key, and
Okay,
then I'll
so
give that
I'm
to you.
turning on Wi-Fi right now. Session key.
Oh yes. All right. So the session key is one to be 930
930
1459.
59.
And let me know if you see at any point the screen that shows like two computers and dots going in between them. Sometimes it takes a moment for that screen to change, but if you got to that point, then it should at least be trying to connect us here.
Mm-hmm. And these sessions that are screen sharing sessions are recorded by Apple, right?
They are recorded for quality assurance. Not always though, but they because we don't have control over that. It's only when QA or our quality assurance is actively doing so.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, for quality assurance, calls and screen recordings would be recorded.
All right, so I'm still waiting for it to show up, for you to
Okay.
show up. It says,
Yeah, right now it doesn't say anything on my end, but yeah, let me know how you're doing there.
okay, mine says an advisor will be with you shortly, and on the pop-up screen.
Oh, okay. So it should create a session in a moment. Right now, it hasn't shown me anything yet, but sometimes it takes a moment.
All right, on mine it says there's a remote advisor that has been with me for 20 seconds now.
It says I'm already interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Don't see any sessions.
Yep, it says 20 seconds. Yep, ara.apple.com. I've been to that. Okay.
Okay.
So should
Give
we?
me a moment here. I don't know why. Okay. There's no active. I only see like a blank window. I'm waiting for a session for me to like select. I don't see a session to select. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's start over.
Yep.
I'm gonna close this window on my end here.
Okay.
And that session key is no longer valid, so we're just gonna close that. And then you can also delete or move to the trash the application. It should say Apple support screen sharing, or it'll say sorry, I'm blanking out on the name, but yeah, it'll have like letters and numbers after it.
Yeah, I got it. I already cleared it. KRA.
Alright, I'm gonna send. Okay. Alright, and I have the session key, but let me know.
Go ahead.
When you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, it's 907 5531.
All right. It says a remote advisor will be with you shortly. Again.
Okay.
Hmm. Well, my computer is not letting me connect with you.
Oh, now it actually says, so for me, I still don't see a session to join, but now it actually says connecting.
Really?
So I don't know if it'll create a session in a moment for me to join, but it's at least trying to now. Or at least I see that now, because before it didn't even show me anything.
Okay.
I still don't see a join, but at least it says connecting now.
Okay, because on my side, it hasn't changed. It just says an advisor will be with you shortly.
Okay.
All right, so let me summarize what's happening. When Apple had the patch for 12.5, my Mac would not download it. Okay? I've already showed that to you guys. Okay?
Right.
That's one of the recordings that I sent to Apple. I uploaded with you last time. And now that Apple has the new patch after they made the news. Hold on a minute. What was the headline? The headline says Apple security flaw allows hackers to fully control iPhones, iPads, and Macs. That's what I sent to you. Okay. All right. So I downloaded. Hold on a minute. I tried, I should say, to download the new patch, the 12.5.1. And again, my Mac would not allow me to download. Okay, so my Mac is not connecting to you. I think somebody doesn't want
it's still not connecting me.
Right.
It just says connecting, but then it doesn't show an actual session.
Right.
Well, on that topic,
Hold on.
Maybe we'll need to.
No.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, don't go away. Don't go away yet. I want to. Somebody has been preventing me from using this Mac. I'm telling you that when Apple sent out that patch, that news release, that the computers are hacked, they meant my computer, okay? I'm telling you this because I've been documenting forever sending Apple information. Now, let me connect with my Apple ID and we'll see what happens there. Okay? Let's see if we can connect there. Okay. So, how do I do that again? How do I connect with my Apple ID? I haven't done it in forever.
Go into System Preferences.
Yes.
And there should be an option that says Sign In towards the upper right-hand corner.
That's right. All right. Just hang on a second, okay? I'm just taking some screenshots here because now that I've signed in with my Apple ID, there's a lot of things here selected that which I never selected. And the last time I signed in with my Apple ID, I deselected them. They keep being selected and I keep on doing them, but they keep being selected over and over again. Okay. Move from Mac. Okay, and so that didn't finish. Notes. All right. So now that I'm signing with my Apple ID, can you connect to the computer? What do you need from me?
Okay. Okay, let me try that. Yes, I see that as an option, so let me try that now.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to send you the screen share invite. And, okay, that should arrive.
Yes, got it.
Okay. I'm going to end the other screen share here, the other one. And that one still just says connecting, so I never actually apparently closed that window. Okay. All right, so that window is closed. And
I'm gonna go,
there was
okay.
never a session for me to join. I don't know why.
I'm gonna go
But
okay.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go okay here.
Yeah, we'll just close that, and then we can close this as well.
This one?
I'm not sure. Yeah, this is the other screen share. So you can right click on and quit it.
Okay.
And then the downloaded file, it should.
Hold on.
If not, you can also select it from over here.
Hold on. I just quit, but it's not quitting. See? Screen share. Okay.
Okay, there it goes now.
Okay.
Now it's actually okay.
All right.
All right. So now I know we can't do the update, and oh yeah, and this is something I set up a new personal Mac like a month or two ago, and this happened to me as well. Where by default, I don't know why. I'm not sure if this is something that I don't think this can be changed from within settings because you have to be able to actually view the settings to change this. But when you sign into a new Apple ID, I don't know if this is what you saw because I wasn't screen sharing, but did you see a bunch of these with checks next to them?
Yep,
I
took screenshots. Hang on,
okay.
I took screenshots. Hang on, that's when I removed them. Hold on. There, iCloud Drive. I do not use iCloud.
Yeah.
iCloud has storage. I never use iCloud, never. But there's storage in iCloud. I never use it. Okay?
I see.
So, that's one. This has been a constant. I deselect, and when I do sign in, because you could see that I rarely sign into this Apple ID, they're reselected again. I do not use iCloud. There's usage here, yes, as you can see.
Yes, I see that.
Can I see what's in there?
Okay.
Do I go to manage?
Yeah, we can check that. There's nothing. I can also check your account here too. Let me see.
Okay.
But you shouldn't be using anything. I'm going to send you a verification here. Oh wait, it won't let me. Oh wait, I can't do it this way. I forgot. Oh, never mind. I can't even check the account. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Well, yeah, you shouldn't be using iCloud for anything here.
No.
Oh, this may be why. Oh, we're doing a screen recording right now.
Yeah.
That's why it won't work.
Okay, hold on a second.
Anyway,
you sent me an email?
Okay.
Hold on. You sent me an email today? This is... No, that's not. That's August 17th. This is...
Oh, I sent you another one earlier, like just earlier before my call. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, sorry. I know this was last moment, so I apologize.
Okay, that's okay.
But I didn't get any updates from engineering at the time, so I was waiting for an update, but there's no way to tell like when they're going to respond to this because they're investigating a number of issues, but you know this particular issue they want to make sure it's actually in working order, so they'll send a notice to us first and say, hey, this should be fixed in this release or something. Have the customer try this or something. If there's like a workaround or an update, they will tell us. So,
all right.
But right now, there's not a direct solution or workaround. But the update, the issue that you pointed out to me, as far as like being able to request the update or not being able to do the update, I don't know if this has been discussed already or if you've tried this already, but you could also boot up into Internet Recovery. And in Internet Recovery, you can request to install the latest available version of macOS.
Okay.
So that's an option as well. But just kind of refreshing my memory on this, what happens when you try, so when you go into System Preferences
Mm-hmm.
and you try to do the update, does it just like load indefinitely, or
Well,
does it like, what happens when you try to go here to update?
so let me show you. I'm going to minimize that.
Okay.
I'm going to minimize that for a second. I'm going to minimize this one here for a
Okay.
second. And I am going to go to Safari Patch. I did it. Okay. So let me go to the recent one. This is me trying to download the patch. So I have 12 screenshots. So I'm gonna go. Okay. So on Sunday at 8:05 p.m. I tried to download, right? And it says some update could not be installed. Okay. Software update is a remote service. Okay. Fine. That's 801. Okay. 801. Then at 8:12, I go and it tells me 12.5.1 is available. I want to install now, right? Now watch the time. I'm gonna go by second by second. Okay. 0.6 seconds. Okay. I'm gonna show you what happens to my Mac. 0.6. So I want to install. 0.7 is checking for updates. Right? Normal. Okay.
Yeah.
Software is remote. 0.8, 1 second later, it tells me update now. Yes, normal, right? That's 1 second later. 1 second later again. No, this is the same second. This is split second. 12.08. Okay. And this is 8:12:08. It tells me to update now. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Normal. 8:12:09. I click on update now. 8:12:10. There's update now. So here it is, update now. 8:12:10. Right. 1 second later. 1 second later. Oh, this is 8:12:10. 1 second later, it tells me to restart now. It didn't download anything. Look, I'm going to go back one. 8:12:10, update now. 8:12:11, it wants me to restart. It didn't upload anything, download anything. It didn't install anything.
Okay.
This is one of those hacked computers that they were talking about. I assure you. It will not download the patches. And then it restarted on its own. Okay, it didn't download shit. Okay, 8:12, this 8:12:10. Okay, 8:12:11. Show me where the download is or the install. Okay, now, so there are so many problems. When Apple said that the malware takes total control, right? Full control. That's what's happening on this device. Now, I want to show you the other one. There's extensions here that I cannot undo. Actually, let me show you in real time. And then I'll look for the recording that actually I uploaded it already. I don't need to look for it. I'll go back there. 1 second. Extensions. I cannot undo sharing of mail, sharing of messages, sharing of AirDrop, sharing of iCloud sharing. I do not use AirDrop and I do not use iCloud, but I cannot undo them. They're grayed out. See that? You tell me how to undo those. My computer is sharing all of these things.
Wait, hold hold on. My screen share is for. Hold on, let me rejoin the screen share.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna send you another screen share invite.
Okay. Oh, you're not screen sharing with me right now?
No, it froze. So when you showed me the last slide, and then you were telling me about the other things you're going to show me, the screen share had frozen. So
Really? Because my screen shows that I'm screen sharing. The two window in window.
Yeah, so I think I got kicked from the screen share. So can you
Hold
click
on.
on those two squares and
Hold on.
choose end screen sharing?
Hold
Can
on.
you choose end screen sharing?
Yeah, my Mac does this a lot. End screen sharing, okay, do it. Yeah, disconnected, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sending you the screen share invite.
Mm-hmm. Are you with me?
Okay, yep, I see your screen now.
Good. So this is extensions, and I'm sharing mail, messages, AirDrop, and iCloud. And like I said, I do not do iCloud. I do not do AirDrop. None of these can be undone. See, I'm clicking on them right now. They cannot be undone. Okay. I've tried many times. I clicked on them. They do not work. Now, let me go back to what I had mentioned. The last 12.5, version 12.5, my Mac would not download the software. I sent that recording. I compressed it and sent it to Apple the last time we spoke. That's already been sent to Apple. Now, what I want to do now is to send those screenshots that I took of this patch. I recorded everything. Okay? Hold on a second. Okay, here it is. Look here. So I was on the day, on July 27th, I was chatting, right? I was chatting with Apple Chat, and they told me there's a 12.5, okay? So I had a 12.4. I had a 12.4 at the time, okay? So when they told me 12.5 and they told me I should update, right? They're telling me update. So I went to update. And so I'm going to play this recording. I've got 2 of these recordings because my Mac will not update the patches. Look, watch. I'm going to play it. I click on update. It will not update. I showed you this last time. I think you said because some...
You did show me this.
Yes, good. Okay, and then I showed you, now I've showed you the 12 point, the current one, right? Where
Yes.
that it will not download. Okay, same thing, it will not download the patches. However, I have here, it says 12.5.1, but it never downloaded anything. Okay, you saw for yourself. Within 1 second, you can... Does a patch download within a split second?
I mean that I'm not entirely sure of. Usually there is some sort of downloaded install. If it's a major update or upgrade, you're definitely going to see some sort of installer. But I'm not sure. It really depends on a number of things. But I mean, I can test this on my own personal machine and see if that behaves the same way.
Please.
I haven't used mine in a while, but I can update it. Sure. I think I'm on 12.4 on that one, on one of my computers still, so I can probably update that one later.
Right, because...
but you're right. There should be some indication that a download is occurring, I believe. So.
Listen, I've been downloading, waiting for the patches, and downloading, it takes ages, like half an hour at least for the patches to download. Okay? So mine, within nothing showed as being downloaded. I show you second by second. Okay? Nothing downloaded. And I recorded it. Nothing showed. Do you want to see the recording?
I'll send you a link to upload it. So I'm gonna send you
Let's
that
do it.
right now,
Let's do
and
it.
then you can upload that information to the case if you would like to do that. I don't know if
Sure.
you want to add that to the.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay, I've sent you the email. The email has a link that says send files to Apple support, and then there you can confirm the case and then upload the relevant documents there.
Okay. What is it? Continue password. We're good?
Oh, wait, hold on. My screen just paused. Oh, wait, I'm back now.
Okay.
Yeah, if it lets you confirm the case and upload, then you should be okay. Oh, yeah, you're okay, yeah. Yeah, so then we'll confirm the case, and
Okay.
then yeah, feel free to upload the items related to
here
this
it
here,
is.
and then you can.
I'm gonna compress. Okay. 12.5.1 did not install. Okay, so let's put that here. Gonna send it. So one more thing I want to do is I want to go here to my screenshots and just narrow the focus for them. Restart now. Update now. Hold on a second.
Okay.
This is 8.12.10 p.m. Update now. Sorry, hold on. Right? Restart now.
I see.
So I want to upload those as well. So I'll wait for this to finish and then I'll upload those two screenshots because Apple should know. Because you guys are saying download the patch will fix everything. No. If it's not going to download the patch, how can anything be fixed? I have the exact same problem. Now, one more thing. And I know I'm dumping a lot on you today, but one more thing, and this is something we had talked about before.
Okay.
This one. See, all these were selected, not by me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is where you could not connect, right? But other kicked in already. Other shows up when I'm screen sharing.
Okay.
There's other again, 34 seconds there, and there are 47 seconds there. So other kicks in when I'm screen sharing, always.
I see.
Okay, let me. I don't want to go through all those screenshots. Let me summarize. All processes are restricted. I cannot quit anything. There's account remote view is a constant. Okay, and we had talked about this. All processes are restricted. I cannot quit anything. And I had a screenshot here that I wanted to show you where I cannot quit anything. Now, but did you find anything on that about not being able to quit?
So I think that may be expected behavior, but let me check on my activity monitor again, because I have that as well.
Well, my common sense tells me it cannot be expected behavior, because if they're sharing D, which is common, sharing D was there a moment ago, which is they're sharing D because I'm sharing with you, but sharing D is here all the time, all the time.
I think it's dependent. I think restricted is dependent on like whether it's like system related stuff or whether it's related to like, let me see if it doesn't show root or user. Right click on this, so hold down control and then click somewhere in like this header here.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me see if user, yeah, mine shows user. Add user here just for a moment. And it'll either show your username or it'll say like, okay.
Set up Saturday's me.
Okay, yeah. So it'll show like your username or root.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Mine shows, let's see, hold on, activity monitor. Activity monitor is restricted. Our documentation didn't, hold on, let me check again, but I couldn't find anything about restricted.
Mm-hmm.
Activity monitor columns, missing. All processes, system processes shown by active and active GPU window selected. Change how often information is updated. I have to look at this user guide more because this is like a whole book in and of itself, but let me see. Restricted. Yeah, when I type that into the activity monitor, so I'm looking at like this. Let me share this with you. But it doesn't tell me anything about the particular category or that column title. So this is our user guide for activity monitor.
Okay.
But I couldn't find anything related specifically to what would be considered, like there wasn't anything to elaborate on that within that user guide.
Okay. So I'm going to look at this for a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you can hold on to that and look at it whenever, but that's the activity monitor user guide.
Okay.
But it didn't have anything related to like the column headers, like what would be considered restricted or what that column header relates to.
Right. The thing is, you're correct, because I look at Apple articles like these ones, and they're very general and basic. Okay, they basically
Right.
they give you basic usage, right? How to use basic functionality. It doesn't give you the detail that I'm asking about and that you're looking into. Now, here's an example. So, my Mac is in downtime. Okay, I've already documented for Apple that my Mac at 12 midnight downtime turns itself off. Okay?
I see.
So, here's a huge problem. So, today I recorded it and I tested it. So, I turned downtime off. See? at 11:58:37. Look at that time. Remember the time. 11:58:37. I tested it. Turn downtime off. Okay? That's 37 seconds.
Okay.
47 seconds because I had to drag the screenshot down here. Then I turn downtime back on, and all these apps bypass downtime. They didn't ask me for, do you want to ignore downtime or do you want to put it in always allowed? Nothing. By default, all of these bypass downtime. Okay, I didn't have to do, and I recorded it. Now, hold on a minute. That's downtime. I don't want to confuse the issue. But let me go back to all processes restricted. Okay, so here I am supposedly in downtime, but all these apps bypass downtime. That's why I brought this up. Okay, they all bypass downtime. No Wi-Fi, no visible Bluetooth. But Bluetooth is a constant process. Anyways, MDNS responder data is constantly moving to MDNS responder. But every time I try to terminate, it comes right back within seconds. It comes, not even a second. It's right there. It never quits. It never is terminated. So I cannot terminate data going to MDNS responder. Okay, I cannot terminate. It's restricted. That shouldn't be. And all the remote view, I cannot terminate them either.
I see.
Problem, yes?
Again, I don't know. And this goes back to the point in our first discussion. I see what you're telling me, but I can't relate this to like a larger, I don't know how it fits into a larger concern here. Because there's always going to be processes that are active on your computer, background processes. So I don't know specifically what that particular one relates to and why it would be reoccurring. Some of these processes are necessary for the function of your computer.
Sure.
So again, I don't know, without knowing what it is and how it relates, I can't say whether, I can't conclude that it's a problem or not. I can't say that.
Okay. No, I understand that you cannot conclude if it's a problem or not. What I'm saying to you is, if and Apple has already confirmed this, in downtime, when my Mac is in downtime, packets should not be moving in and out of the Mac because I put it in downtime. Right? Packets should not be moving in and out of the Mac. And when packets are moving in and out of the Mac, and I try to shut that process down, that process cannot be shut down. Like MDNS responder, which is connected devices. Right? When you look at the context of the situation, it should not happen. Is it correct then? Let me ask you a simple question. When I'm in downtime, as per that screenshot, when I'm in downtime, no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, should packets be moving in and out? I've already heard from you guys that no, it should not happen. So I'm asking you.
Packets?
Packets, right here. Packets are constantly moving.
Do you mean, okay, because packets mean, do you mean like packets like things that, like in terms of networking? Like things that that are sent from your computer over like a network? Do you mean that, or to your computer?
You can see my screen, right?
I see your screen, yeah.
Packets like this packets, these packets here.
Okay. Oh, you're in network. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know why we would have told. So I can't say this with absolute certainty, but I wouldn't. I mean, if Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are completely off,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess theoretically, no.
Well, look,
But
hold. Wi-Fi and
mhm,
Bluetooth is constantly off on this Mac, but Wi-Fi is an active process all the time. So is
mhm,
Bluetooth, active process and sharing D all the time. But it shows us off here, but it's an active
right,
process. That is why continue to ask, why are all my processes restricted when I cannot quit anything here? They're all restricted. It looks like it's off here, but no, it's not. It's an active process. And it's not a one off, it's a constant.
right.
It's not only that,
Well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, looking at it listed there and seeing it listed there
Mm-hmm.
doesn't necessarily mean anything is going on. Like, for example, like this, we need to examine, like, if there was a concern here surrounding a certain process, and this is fine because you have Wi-Fi on, and there is probably an active service related to, I'm not sure what this particular daemon is responsible for, but this would be expected, right? But if we saw something instead like going back to your example, the screenshot that you showed me, let's say, what if instead you saw
Here.
and said Wi-Fi and you saw packets going in and out? So I get what you're showing me. I understand what you're showing me, but whatever, and this is, and again, I'm not anybody but an advisor. I'm not a security researcher or like a forensic guy. Like I don't necessarily know how to address specifically your concerns, but when we're looking for something malicious, we're looking for something that's like a trend or some more. And I think we did discuss this before, but that particular screenshot that shows Wi-Fi listed there, there's
Right.
no activity related to that. It just shows that Wi-Fi is here, but there's nothing here. Like there's nothing. It's listed there in Activity Monitor, but is there anything actually happening? Is the point of Activity Monitor is to monitor activity, and I see it listed here in Activity Monitor, but what is, like, I don't know what's going on here. Like but with this screenshot, all
Well,
I see is that Wi-Fi is here, but I don't see anything related to Wi-Fi other than what's here.
okay. Wi-Fi.
And it's something, yeah. And sorry, I was just going to say, if we saw something different, perhaps, like let's say like related to that activity that we just saw in Activity Monitor, like Identity Services D, if Wi-Fi was kind of like jumping around and you saw like information passing through this particular Wi-Fi process, then that's cause for concern. Like that is definitely like something like I wouldn't expect to be an issue.
Okay,
So if
hold
you're
on.
seeing like
No,
active
no, no, no,
processes
no,
and
no.
things going in and out of your computer,
It's data is
oh, go
not
ahead,
passing.
sorry.
Data is not passing through Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is an active process. Data is passing through. Let me minimize this for a second. Data is passing through this MDNS responder. That's where data is going constantly. And that's the network. The MDNS responder is network devices, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the one I cannot terminate. That's where most of the data is going.
Okay.
Okay? That I cannot terminate it. And I should be able to terminate it. It's my computer. That's not an essential service. It for the Mac to send and receive packets. No, I put it in downtime for a reason. Okay, so that's one. The other one that I talked to you about is there. Look here. Look, here's mail as an active process, but mail is not open down here. And have all kinds of things that are shown as running as active process, but they're not opened here in the dock. Mail is a perfect example. And that's today.
But it does indicate that, I know grayed out, but
Mhm.
it actually shows that it had been, like it shows a dot below.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's constant. I don't know if I'm coming or going. It changes all the time. I can't shut anything down. I can't quit anything because even when I quit them, they're running in here. Uh, which one is it? No, it's not music. Where's music? Music is on here and it's there, but it changes all the time. Document writer? Where's document writer? Here, that's on as well. I try to quit them all the time, but they continue on and on and on. Always, I cannot quit. That I'm telling you, I cannot quit. Hence the reason I keep asking you. I want to quit here. I want to quit it here, but I cannot. They just come right back. Okay, so that should be an issue. All right, let me continue with this. Not this here. And I'm thinking our solution is there is no solution, right?
Currently, they're still investigating this, and again, this is not an easy solution. And I get this is important to you, and I get that, but I cannot conclude that. And again, I know we've discussed this before, but I cannot conclude from what you've shown me that this is an indicator of something malicious. Like I just can't.
What would tell you that it's malicious?
So malicious entities, like there's not going to be any sort of, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, and I'm not discounting. And again, I just can't make anything of this. But when I observe malicious activity or the presence of something malicious on a computer, and this is not always the case, this is only just my personal, just what I've come across, there tends to be more of a pattern or a trend. Like, what's the point of this? Like, what is this malicious person or entity trying to do? Like, have they removed files from your computer? Have they altered details of your personal life in some way? Have they tapped into your bank accounts? Like, what's the end goal or the result? So usually it bleeds over into not just the presence of them on your machine, but beyond traversal, what's the actual end goal? Like, what have they done to exact that goal, if there is one in mind? Like, it's not enough just to traverse a machine. Why would somebody traverse the machine if not to do something malicious, right? So, that's what I look for. And then we did kind of touch on some obvious things like checking for proxies, checking for custom DNS settings, just basic stuff like checking whether you had any sort of third-party softwares that would potentially be installed without your consent, things like that. Like, those are obvious things, but some other indicators would be trends, and these are trends that you're pointing out to me, and they are important, and they are considerations in the investigation to do with screen time. But I don't know. I can't relate all of this to any sort of presence or malicious persons or activity. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. Like you showed me a process related to DNS responder. And then like that alone, I don't know if that is an indicator of anything beyond that there's a background process on the computer that happens to be called DNS responder. So,
all right.
And again, I'm only saying that I just can't conclude. Like, I can't come to the same conclusion as you on this.
All right.
So I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't know. I just don't have the information.
Okay.
To
That's not a
say,
problem.
like, yeah, this is it.
It's not a problem. I'm used to Apple saying that. That's okay. It's okay for now. It's just life. It's reality. Okay. So let me see. I'm going to summarize what I think you just heard. I think I just heard,
Okay.
right? Now, but before I do that, I want to tell you that I do have a screenshot of DNS being customized. It says custom DNS. Okay, I can't find it right now, but I'll find it and email it to you. Custom DNS. All right, so that was one of your indicators. Now, what you're saying to me in summary is unless credit card is stolen or something is stolen from my Mac, and you can identify that something was stolen, you can prove that something was stolen. Outside of that, there is no other way for you to tell if the Mac is hacked.
Well, no. I mean, with it being such a presence on the computer, there would be. So what I'm saying, and those were just a few examples that I named. You know, it's not. If it's an indication, like what you've shown me, if it's an indication of some sort of malicious actor or party or presence on the computer, the question that I'm posing here, and this is a question just to when there's any sort of concern of security, this is the question to ask. Like, why is it that this, like, why am I being targeted? Like, what is, and again, this would be a more personal question, and that's why I just gave a few examples. I don't know, your current state of affairs or your personal business. You could be a politician. You could be someone who is targeted by a particular party or, a particular person, whatever the case may be. I'm only mentioning that because I'm trying to kind of, how should I say, like, not roadmap this, but I'm trying to think in terms of, like, why would somebody do this? Like, what's the agenda, I guess, is that. So that's one possible agenda. So, how else should I...
No, that's okay. Hold on a minute.
Like,
That's okay. That's okay. So, unless I can tell you why someone is doing it and what their agenda is, there's really no indicator from the Mac itself that says this computer is compromised.
well, I mean, that remains to be seen in the investigation. If the related documents you provided, and again, we're investigating the screen time reporting from, like, the screen time reporting the incorrect information and possibly it being related to what you provided. I don't know that directly here, but I'm not saying that one prevents the other from occurring. I'm just saying that if there's this recurring trend of activity on your computer that points to something being malicious, there's usually going to be something else that's involved. So all I'm saying is simply this: where there is smoke, there's a fire. There's going to be something that comes along with this. So has there been anything? Has there been any communications? Has there been anything more obvious, like your accounts having been compromised in some manner, personal identifiable information being leaked, financial information being, affected? You don't have to answer you don't have to give me that information, but these are questions you would, kind of go through, and, and tell me if this is the case. Your computer, for some reason, is compromised, right? That's the conclusion here, right?
Okay, stop for a second. That is my conclusion. Hence the reason why.
Right.
Hence the reason. Okay, look. Customers do not need to tell Apple why they're targeted and what's the purpose.
You don't need to tell me that. No,
Right.
No, I'm not asking you
No,
to.
I know that.
No.
I know
this
that.
This is a rhetorical question.
Right. I know all of that. No, we don't need to tell you. However, all I'm asking is forget about my opinion. Forget about a generalization of who is doing it and why they're doing it. all I'm asking for.
Okay.
What what are expected versus not expected behavior. There's such a thing. This is expected and that's not expected. Okay? The computer speaks for
Right.
itself. The Mac tells me everything I need to know. Well, just about everything. It will not download any of the updates. Okay? Things are disappearing from my computer all the time. What I send people is not what they receive. I have to double check with them. I have to call them and say, did you receive this? Did you receive that? Because people tell me they send me stuff, I don't receive it. I've gone through this with Apple again and again and again. Okay, so I'm not going to speculate about anything outside of what the Mac is telling me. What is expected,
Okay.
I think that's fair, yes? What's expected, what's not expected. So, as you can see on my screen, other is showing 5 minutes of use now. But I've been talking to you for more than 5 minutes. That is frozen now. That happens all the time. Okay? I see unusual usage on my Mac in screen time. Okay? But then the usage is frozen. Okay? This is a perfect indicator of that. Other is when I talk to you, is when I screen share. I screen share. That's other. It's frozen at 5 minutes. That's a problem. The computer tells me what the problem is. Okay? Now, I've sent you those screenshots. Hopefully I'll hear from Apple about this patch because my Mac did not download that patch. Okay? Can you please do me... Okay, so let me summarize. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me summarize. No limit. Okay. So MDNS. You don't know? Yes?
Right. I do not know what that process is specifically responsible for.
Okay, because I searched
Of
it.
why we can't learn it.
Okay, so that's important to me. I want to quit it because data is constantly going to MDNS responder, and according to the internet, MDNS responder is network computers. Okay, I do not network computer. I do not network. Okay, the other one is all processes are restricted. And then the answer to that one is you don't know?
No.
Don't know. And then the other one is right here, all the extensions here, mail, message, airdrop, and iCloud are all grayed out. Any idea on that?
That I'm not sure. Yours looks completely different from mine.
All grayed out. Because, you know, I'm thinking I should have some control of my Mac. I did not select them. Right? One, and I cannot deselect them because they're all grayed out. That should not happen because it's a share menu and I'm saying I don't share. Right?
Okay.
So, the other thing, wait, and downtime. The many of these apps will bypass downtime. Hold on a minute. I don't want to do it now in case we get disconnected. Oh, hold on, wait. Do I have a recording? Here's a recording. This is at 12:12. This is at AM, the Mac, and then I'm gonna go. So downtime is off. There we go. I turn it on. I'm gonna play it. Turn it on. So these are the ones that I quit. Safari. Remove Safari. Downtime's off. Downtime is on. And there. These are the apps that bypass downtime. System information, keychain, they should not, and Safari.
When we were in Safari earlier, did
Yeah.
you give Safari permission to...
Okay, good question. So here's the thing. There's QuickTime. So remember, I did it a couple of times. I put downtime off and on. So hold
Right.
on, right? Here it is on, and I turned it off a couple of times. I don't know if you've seen that, but I
Right.
did not give permission to Safari. You did not see me give permission. You want to see it again?
When we were looking at, I don't know if it matters or if it bleeds over into, and that may not be the case here, but how long did you give Safari permission for? Like before you toggled it here, when we were looking at that article, that Activity Monitor article, how long did you give Safari permission for?
I've never given Safari. No. The only thing it asks me is do I want to ignore limit or not ignore limit? That's it. It doesn't give me an option to give it a time.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
So watch.
It doesn't
Downtime.
say ignore for a certain amount.
Watch.
Okay.
Okay, look, it's off, right? Downtime is off. No, it's on now. It's
Right.
on.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I'm turning it off.
Right.
Okay, hold on. So it should be on, and all of these should be grayed out. Okay, I'm gonna play it now. Okay, look, it's off. Okay, turn it off. Okay, so it should start from scratch, right? So this is, you've reached your limit on something, and I'm not responding to that. So I'm playing now, right? So downtime is on. Automatically, all of these are bypass downtime automatically. Okay, so the only one that it should be on is system preference, right? Screen time, right?
Right.
And activity monitor right here. See, the two of them are on, right? Even in downtime. Okay, they are not in downtime. So I'm gonna play. There. Safari. Find My, Home, Siri, this one here. Okay? Siri, Home, Find My. They bypass downtime, and other. These are the ones that bypass downtime. Migration Assistant, VoiceOver, Keychain for sure, all the time. I cannot undo that. System information. Okay? And so the question becomes, when I put the Mac in downtime, and I can record it for you again and do and test it. When I put the Mac in downtime, should apps bypass downtime? If I didn't allow them to bypass downtime, and I don't want them to bypass downtime, should they bypass downtime? That's the question. And the answer is?
Well, I don't know about the other apps, but Safari, I don't think Safari would or should open, or you shouldn't be allowed to open Safari. As for the other apps, I'm not certain. I don't know why it's always those particular apps.
But we're going back to expected versus not expected behavior. I was told by Apple, and I have it documented because I document everything, that when a Mac goes in downtime, everything should go in downtime. Nothing should be bypassed.
Right.
Now, is the other person incorrect?
No, I don't think so. issue reported with Safari. Let me see, setting screen time. Oh, but this is iOS.
All right, well, look at screen time. Still continues to have the same problem. It says 2 hours, 16 minutes of usage. I've used it much more than 2 hours, 16 minutes, but it only says 2 hours, 16, and here it's 54, 22, and 5. Okay, when I go to always allowed, go to always allowed. There's nothing in always allowed.
See if you can add. I want to see if you have the ability to add.
Why isn't always allowed showing up now? It's not showing up. What's this? This is the first time I'm seeing this. Always allowed is empty. Oh, and look, it shows up now. This is a constant. Things will not show up, and then it takes a whole while, a long time before they show up. So, here's always allowed. I do not allow anything. I don't need to allow anything. They just allow themselves. Okay, and phone here is grayed out, and I was told phone should never be grayed out. This is one of the things. Phone is grayed out there, and then in extension, share, these are grayed out. I cannot undo them. There's quite a few things that are grayed out that I cannot undo. So we have a problem with downtime. So are we agreed then that no app should bypass downtime when I put the Mac in downtime, and I didn't allow any app permission to bypass downtime?
I'm in agreement with that. I don't think that should be
good.
Bypassed, or that should be,
Good. Thank you for that. The other question with downtime is, which I've noticed, I'm trying to have some peace because I see things are changing constantly on my Mac. When I'm in downtime, again, I was told, packets right here should not be moving in and out of the Mac. Yes or no?
This I'm not sure of. So this, I can't say it's impossible. Like, I don't think you would see a trend of packets moving in and out. That larger or longer trend of activity would indicate, actual information being moving between, your machine and wherever. But if you see like just a spike or something to indicate like some activity, I don't know. I don't know if that's expected or not, but I wouldn't. That remains to be seen. I think I need to, and I don't know if I could find anything on that. But for example, this one spike, I don't know if that's expected or not.
Well,
I can't say that you should not expect anything at all to show up, either an activity monitor or certain things to not show up in activity monitor. If you have right now, of course, we're seeing activity. We're seeing activity related to packets, I should say. But when you're not connected to any sort of network at all, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, this should die down significantly. And if you see like one spike or one indicator to show that there was some sort of packet in or packet out, I don't know what to conclude from that. Like, I don't know.
That's okay. Listen, that's okay.
Yeah,
all I'm asking about is specific to downtime. Wi-Fi off, plus downtime, plus no Bluetooth.
Right.
Should packets move in and out of the Mac? This is a specific question I asked. And I was told no, it should not, because you put everything in downtime. Okay, the same question I asked about should apps bypass downtime, and the question is no. Should apps? The answer is no. Okay, apps should not bypass downtime. Okay, so I understand packets moving in and out. That's fine. I know that there are always going to be processes here. That is fine. All I'm concerned about is downtime is there for a reason, right? And there, I'm thinking you should be able to know when it's in downtime and no Wi-Fi, what is expected behavior? Should packets move in and out still? And should it be moving to MDNS responder, which I can never quit because all processes are restricted? Okay, so no, let me not. Look, I have a million things here. Bypass downtime. Hold on. Extension Safari bypass downtime. What? No. I can record another one. I've recorded it before with Apple. That at midnight, 12:59, which I've recorded before. Hold on. I've shown you already. You've got a lot of clients. Maybe you don't remember. Hold on. It's right here. Here, I recorded for Apple at 11:59:59. See that? 1 second before midnight. Downtime is on. See that? 1 second later, at midnight exactly. At midnight exactly. Here's a screenshot.
I see that.
It turns itself off. There. Everything is off. 1 second later. By itself, it turns itself off.
Okay. And there's no schedule, right? There's
No. Look.
Well, even if you didn't set a schedule, I'm thinking, every day.
Sorry, here it is. On and schedule is off. No schedule. It should always be on.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I have no control. My settings change all the time. Things disappear from my computer constantly. Nothing works on it. Why do you think I waste all this time talking to Apple and document? It's for a reason, not because I have nothing better to do. So I want to give you the information so you can see for yourself what's happening. And by the way, every day, captured directories are cleaned. See that? Every day.
And this is in console or... Okay.
Okay. So I've already... And I have constant usage tracking. Why is I'm thinking Apple would not want to track my usage. Okay, I'm not tracking my usage. There's tracking usage, tracking mouse. There's wait, watch here. Look here. Look at this one. MDM client, I'm a managed client. It's an active process. Manage client and sharing D when I'm not sharing. How much more do I need to show? Now, why does it say that I'm a managed client?
Again, I don't think it's saying that you're a managed client. There's a process that happens to have that name that's called managed clients. And again, I don't know the direct answer to that yet. That requires a little bit more research, but
that's okay. Process.
But why is there something called managed client in the activity monitor? That's a good question, but I don't know the answer to that.
Well,
yet. So
Okay, so manage client and sharing D plus, let me close that. I've got device management. Finder is device management. So if you're thinking that there's a good explanation, I would like to know what the good explanation is, because I can't find a good explanation. No. Look here, 93 pickups and only 6 are listed. Sharing D, a constant. Okay, there's your MDNS responder. Data going to MDNS responder, which I can never quit. There's your sharing D yet again. There's your Bluetooth when Bluetooth is off. It's a constant. Okay, so I've given you all the information. Hold on a minute. This one, let me see this one here. Where's... it's okay. There's too many. Let me close that so you get a general idea. So, sharing D plus Bluetooth, right? All right. So just to conclude, did you receive all those items from me?
Yes, let me refresh. Yes, I see the images. Update now. 1 sec later, restart now. And then I see the zip file for the, yes, this one is the recording. This is from what you sent me before, but this is the grayed out menu for the share menu, the extensions.
Say that again?
The grayed out, so the where it says share menu, and then the options that are grayed out.
Really? Hold on.
That's another one you sent me before in the email.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just talking about the ones today. The ones today is just 2 screenshots.
Oh, yes, I have those 3. Yeah, I have those.
Okay, good. So just
I have the screen recording and then the 2 screenshots.
Good. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's conclude, and I'm going to go here and confirm. Do you know what IDMSA Apple is? I've never used it. I have no idea what it is.
That's our, so that's what you would have used to sign in to your Apple ID to the web portal. So that's a common login or domain for logging in with your Apple ID.
Okay.
So that's okay. That was probably when I sent you the email and you logged in to confirm your case. Like if you do that now, you might see that same domain. So that link where you uploaded the attachments, that would be under idmsa.apple.com.
Great, thank you. I've seen that many times. I didn't know what it was, but now that you've told me, now I'll pay attention to it, because I did not sign in with my Apple ID, but I see this constantly. All right, so I'm going to ignore that for now. Go ahead.
Yeah, check to see if it comes up, but it should have only been relevant to what we just did, like because you would have signed in with your Apple ID to upload to the web portal.
Sure. So
but if it's something that you see constantly, like if you see this climb up, then that's pretty strange. But you shouldn't see that. You shouldn't see this all of a sudden, like more activity related to this. So.
Well, I see it a lot. It drew my attention only because I see it so often. Okay, that I wanted to ask you about it today. I see it often, which I've documented. Oh my God, I've so many documentation. Okay, look, Apple support, 34 seconds. ARA, 45 seconds. What is Apple SCC? I see this a lot on my computer. That's you?
That's probably related to the this might be related to the settings, like the screen record settings. But it's definitely related to this application here. I don't know specifically what this is referring to, but it's Apple SCC is this application here, this Remote Advisor application.
All right, I see this a lot on the Mac, even when I'm not sharing with Apple. I'm going to document that. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to make a note of it now because I see it so often. IDMSA, which I see often. IDMSA. How can IDMSA? It will not stay put. How can I have it stay put?
Just hit the X. Hit the X here.
So that one there.
And then just put dot. Just put that works too. Yeah.
Now these two things I see all the time on the Mac. These two. Okay, I'm going to pay attention. I'm going to document them for you. Okay. So I'm going to go to categories, other, still with 5 minutes, but you've been here longer, which we've talked about. Okay, I'm going to go to pickups one. Now, this here says on app limit, right? It applies to all devices that are using iCloud for screen sharing. I do not use iCloud for screen sharing. I do not use iCloud. I do not screen share unless it's with Apple. So we have 10 hours altogether. So your thoughts on that?
I see. Okay. I'm sorry?
Your thoughts on that? What's the explanation?
What are my thoughts on this explanation, this sentence here?
Well, this here, my understanding after I read this is this here shows me it's all devices that's using iCloud for screen sharing. Yes, this has to do with iCloud screen sharing. Yes.
For screen time. So yes. So these settings these share to all your devices.
Right.
And you can, so you can create app limits for other devices, and you can create app limits for certain websites too. But I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question. You don't have to use iCloud for this to be a feature. I'm sorry. Can you rephrase? One more time. So,
Sure.
what's the expectation here? So you're saying that you don't use iCloud, but you shouldn't be seeing this option or these options here,
Well,
or why you would be seeing these options?
Well, a couple of things that catch my attention that I see all the time. I told you Apple SCC, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see it all the time. Here, other says 3 minutes of use, right? 3 minutes, okay? And then I cancel, and I go here, and I go to categories, and it says 5 minutes of use here. And other is usually screen sharing. So, so that there, plain as day, is incorrect. Right now, 5 minutes is incorrect usage. Screen time has not been fixed. So I'm going to go back to app limit, and it tells me here, because when I look at it, I look at the numbers, they don't add up. My thought is, because it says this has to do with iCloud and screen sharing, is my understanding correct? That this here it shows what I'm sharing via iCloud and screen share via iCloud.
No. This is okay. Sorry, I see now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can apply limits to all devices that are signed in with the same Apple ID. So this is saying that are using iCloud for screen time. iCloud for screen time.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, let's see, how should I explain this? So, let's say you have an iPhone, and your iPhone and your Mac are signed in with the same Apple ID, and your screen time settings would be shared over iCloud. So iCloud for screen time would be the feature that you're tapping into. So, for example, related usage details would be like maybe you'd see something under social that shows like Facebook Mobile, for example, on your iPhone, and you can set an app limit for that. Those are app limit settings shared over iCloud.
Right.
This is iCloud for screen time. So app limits apply to all devices that are using iCloud for screen time. I don't know how else to phrase this, but yeah, this would be. You don't use iCloud, so this doesn't apply to you. So that's one thing. But this is referring to being able to remotely set certain things or to have those settings shared across all your devices through iCloud.
That's correct.
So it's saying that.
That's correct. I agree with you. Yeah. It uses iCloud.
So yeah, that's all that this is.
Hold
that's
on.
all that
I'm going to write that down. Hold on. App limit uses iCloud to do what did you say?
So you can set limits for all of your devices. I guess iCloud has set limits for all devices sharing the same iCloud account, so something like that.
Right? All devices using the same. Fair? Is that fair?
Right. Yeah, you can just put like set limits for all devices using the same iCloud account. But yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Set limits. Right? Good.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But
and you would see usage details too. For example, let's say you did have an iPhone, and if you go into like social, you don't have to do this, but if you go into social and you see like Facebook, for example, that would be related to your iPhone most likely. Because you would probably see apps related to your iPhone here. If you did use iCloud and you had the same account added on your phone, so you can set app limits from here as well, and you can also do so from the device. So you'll see the apps that are on your iPhone as well as like usage details related to what you use on your iPhone, as an example.
So this basically, so let's say I don't think I used messages today. I'm sure I did not use messages today, but it says messages is 3 minutes. So that means, that tells me what? 3 minutes here. Tells me what?
This I don't know specifically because it doesn't give us any details, right? But I can say that sometimes messages will do things that the computer picks up on, and really any application. You can say this for really any application, but and that could be what's contributing to this whole issue. That kind of speaks to the whole like screen time issue. Even though this is app limits that we're discussing, but this is all part of screen time. So these inaccuracies in what the computer picks up on and reports. It could be just messages. If you didn't accidentally click on it or something, then maybe in the background, messages was doing something, and then the computer picked up on it and reported that. Or that could not be the case at all. Maybe it just, for whatever reason, is just arbitrarily, putting out 3 minutes as some sort of time. So, but I don't know why it would be doing that, and that's why engineering is involved. But so I don't know. Either it's just completely arbitrary, or there's some sort of activity related to messages that you didn't directly interact with messages in some manner, but the computer and screen time picked up on it and reported it here.
Correct. All of that I agree with. But all of this is via iCloud, right?
Well, not sure. So, like, I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time in this window, so I don't know if the actual like daily average is because you can compare this to what it shows. Like if you cancel this, what does messages actually say? In let me see if it actually. We go to when we go to this one, and then what does it
There's
actually
no
say
messages. No messages has not been used.
There's no messages at all.
No.
We're in the today view. Wait, so were we looking at? Wait, hold on. Let me
App limit. I think
go
it's
back. Yeah, let's go back to that.
There's app limit.
This
is the daily average.
So daily average, but that doesn't tell me that it's today. That we may not be looking at today's activity. I don't know if this is today's activity, but let me see.
All right. Can we find out how? Let's understand how app limit works, because there's usage in here that is not congruent to how I've used the Mac.
Well, okay. Let's see. So this is the daily average.
Yes.
So it doesn't necessarily say that today this was what the reported usage is, but maybe it's the week. So let's cancel this, and I just want to check something. So go back into app usage and look at. Let's change this from. Maybe we should look at like a week or so or another day. But is messages anywhere in like the?
Hold on.
So under app usage, is messages there at all? Or yeah, like do you see that? Have you seen that in app usage at all?
Well, what I've seen, and I'm only asking you because I've seen the same thing over and over again. I see usage here that I've never used, like IDMSA, which I've documented over and over and again. I never am not signing in with my Apple ID or whatever. It should not be there, but I see it constantly. And I see things here that are not in app limits, and I see things in app limits that are not over here. Hence the reason why people like myself complain to Apple that screen time is not showing proper usage. That's one of the not proper usage. And then on top, to make matters worse, usage is frozen, just like right now. I'm talking to you, usage is frozen, but it does show for a few seconds or 1 second, 2 seconds, but it freezes. All right, just to confirm, app limit has to do with iCloud.
So yes, you can set limits across all your devices through iCloud. But again, it's really if you are taking advantage of that particular feature. It's just telling you that that's part of it. But you can for example, and you can test this out. I'm not saying you should do this, but if you want to be absolutely certain of this, you can test this out to see if this is the case. But for example, if you do want to set these limits, or if you have an iPhone, you can set or view these options and set limits around those applications.
So let's go to other, and let's go right here. Let's say I want to set a limit here. This is 15 seconds. What the heck is this? What is this thing that used 15 seconds? Anyway, we'll ignore it for now. Don't answer that question. Let's say I want to set a limit on that. How do I do that?
So you would just set the limit to be whatever time. You could choose custom here, actually. And then try to edit this. And then you can set it for like a certain day. I think it has to be a non-zero. That has to be some kind of value for you to, like, for example, change this to 1 minute. Just to kind of, oh wait, hold on. click on this here and then choose 1 minute.
Hold on. Now here's the thing. It won't
let you change it. Okay, we'll cancel this.
So it should allow me to change it, shouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. Hold on, let's cancel this. Choose every day. And then click on 0 here. And then now it lets you, hold on. Yeah, it lets you do 1 minute. 1 minute every day. So I think maybe you have to specify a value for every day if you do custom.
No. Hold on a second. Hold on. That doesn't work for me. Let me tell you why. Because when I see this here, it's always like a few seconds. It's somewhere, and then it freezes.
That's what app limits are. I know. So then you would have to do something else. It's not app limits that you need to do. You would just need to block it always.
Right.
So, let me see. Okay, so we'll try content and privacy. And then you might be able to specify it here. So if you choose, it only lets you. Let's see if before you turn it on, let's see if other even gives you. It doesn't give you options here. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to block this.
Right. I don't have a way of blocking it. I see it all the time. But I don't have a way of blocking it.
Okay.
Now, family sharing is not set up, but family sharing like Bluetooth, cloud, are active processes, constant. Okay, they're constant all the time. Anyways, I don't want to go into the quagmire of problems. We'll stick to the basic problem. And so here, app limit. Does it use cloud or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time today. And let me know. You still have my email, Sita, so just let me know if you have any questions or issues, and I'll try my best here to answer them to the best of my ability here. As far as the screen time related issues, that is still being investigated here. So as of the moment, there is no known fix or workaround for this particular issue reported. So, but I would just advise, to keep your devices up to date, which you are doing. So, and then if there's anything else, just let me know if you have any questions or issues. But if I have any updates on your case here, I'll also send you an email to let you know.
Well, thank you very much, Solomon. I do appreciate that, and you've been absolutely kind. So thank you, and yeah, I will stay in touch with you and let you know. And please let me know if you hear back from. Are you expecting to hear back from engineering or no?
Well, there's no. With these types of issues that are being investigated, I don't know when we'll hear back from them. It's really when they can provide a fix for it, but to know that, I don't know when they'll provide a fix for that. So,
all right. Okay. Okay.
But
go ahead.
But I'll keep an eye on this case here, and then I'll reach out to you if I do receive an update, of course.
Okay. Now, did you send me some links where I can be informed or be better informed on this hack that Apple has put out a press release about?
Oh, yes. So, yeah, that concern, I don't know how that fits into this issue that's being investigated, but I did share with you. Yes, I sent you an email with the resource that shows the CVE number for those vulnerabilities that were patched. So I can't look at the CVE number because I'm on a work computer. But
Okay.
if you want in your own free time to research this, there is a I pulled the text from that resource,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows it's some sort of kernel patch and like a WebKit patch, and you can use the CVE number, search the CVE number to see what the particular vulnerability is. But that I don't know how. I mean, use that information how you like.
Okay.
I don't know what else to make of that here. So,
Okay.
but that's there for you to look at as you know, if you need to reference that or research that.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the help.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right.
Take
All
care.
right. Thank you, Sita. I'll let you go, but you have a great rest of your day.
You as well. Bye-bye.